Okay, number 2 says write a sentence for the equation. Okay, that means words. You need to write this in words. Write a sentence. That means words. Okay, so you're going to say y equals, what's another word for equals? Is, okay, you'll see a lot, equals 2 times x minus 5. Okay, if you're looking at number 2, it says the product. What does the product mean? What does product mean?
Like adding.
Close. Multiplication. Okay, the product of a number means any letter. Okay, so those ones you're going to do. Solve each equation is simply just that. Okay, we're solving for x. And so these ones are the ones where it's kind of hard for me to write instructions. You kind of either know how to solve equations or you don't. Okay, so if we look at number 5, what is going to be our very first step? You're going to change the 2 minuses into a plus. So it's really going to be n plus 4 equals 9. Okay, and then what needs to happen?
Minus 4.
Minus 4 from both sides. So we're going to get n is 5. Okay, 7. What needs done first? Divide by 3. What is 48 divided by 3? Huh? 16? Okay, 8. What needs done? Times by 15 on both sides. So we're going to get m equals 150. Okay, 10. What is going to be our first step? In general, what's going to be the first step? Yes, so combine like terms. Right, so if we're looking at the left, who can get combined on the left? Who can get combined on the left side? 8, 2, and 16. So 16 minus 8 minus 2. What is 16 minus 8 minus 2? 6. So you're going to get 6 plus 8n. Okay, and then on this side, we can also combine 3 plus 6.
9.
It's going to be 9n. Okay, now, here's where normally I'm like, oh yeah, move your letters to the left and the numbers to the right, which you totally can do. However, it is almost easier to just move the 8 with the 9 over. Okay, but if you like the letters to the left and the numbers to the right, that's fine, but you're going to have to put like a plus 0 here on the end. Because otherwise you're going to move 7 and like there's not another number.
Interruption. At this time, students who received their invitation to the honor roll breakfast on Friday, please report to the auditoria at this time. Once again, all students who received an invitation to the honor roll breakfast, report to the auditoria at this time. Thank you.
Okay, so you're going to move the 8 and then we can divide by 1. So we get n equals 6. Okay, 12. What needs done first? Huh?
Distribute.
Distribute. Okay, we're going to do the parentheses first. So on the left side, nothing's gonna change, so negative 30 minus 2k. On the right side, it's gonna be negative 5 times 1, which is negative 5. Negative 5 times 4, which is negative 20k. And then we still have that minus 7. Okay, per side, you're allowed 0 pieces, 1 piece, or 2 pieces. But that's it. If there's any more than that, then that means something has to get combined. Okay, so if you look at the right side, there are 3 pieces down that side, so that means something can get put together. And who can get put together? The 20 and the 7. Okay, and so it's going to be negative 30 minus 2k equals negative 5 minus 27k. Okay, and then from here, you're going to move your letters to the left and the numbers to the right. So who needs moved? 27k. You can do the 2k though. I mean, it's not like it's not exactly right. It's just not my preferred. Okay, and then the 30 is going to go with the 5. Okay, so we're going to get 25k equals 25. Okay, negative 5 plus 30 is going to be 25. And then what needs done? Divide. We're going to divide by 25. So we're going to get k equals 1. Okay, 14. I don't know exactly what notes to write other than the bars mean you should have 2 answers. Okay, that's what I know for sure. Okay, so I can quick glance at your guys' paper and be like, they don't know what they're doing. Because if you didn't have 2 answers, then I already know you have no idea what's going on. Okay, so the bars mean you should have 2 answers for sure. Okay, so as long as, and this is where it, you guys are gonna kind of have to make up your own notes, but as long as everything is inside the bars, okay, we can go ahead and say comma and make the other one negative. If it's not, then you have to move the stuff first. Okay, so when we're looking at this, I'm looking at this first one, there's nothing right here between that equals and that, or on the bottom here. Okay, so if there's anything in those 3 spots, then it has to get moved first. Okay, so this one, there's nothing there. So we can go ahead and say comma, and we're going to set our answer, which is negative 9, to a negative 9 as well. Okay, and so we can go ahead and start solving this. So we're going to say minus 9 and minus 9 on all 3 of these pieces. Okay, well 9 minus 9 is 0. Negative 9 minus 9, negative 18. Okay, 16. Is there anything on the outside of the bars? Okay, so again, it would be here in the front, here in the back, or something here on the bottom. Okay, everything else is inside the bars, so we're going to go ahead and say comma and make it a negative. So we're going to say comma, negative 1. Comma, negative 1. Okay, we take the answer that we started with and say comma and make it a negative. Okay, and then we can start working inside the bars. So how do I move that 6? times everything. Okay, so we're gonna say times 6 times 6 times 6. Okay, well, these 6's cancel, so we're left with 1 times 6, 6. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. Okay, 18, is there anything on the outside of the bars? Yes, there's a 10 there. So our very first step is going to be to times by 10. Okay, before we even say comma and make it a negative, we have to move the 10. So you're going to get bar, 3x bar equals 40. Okay, and now that everything is on the inside, we can go ahead and say comma and make it a negative. So it's going to be comma negative 40 as well. Okay, and then how do I move that 3? Divide. Are you stretching or are you having it?
Should.
And what is 40 over 3? Okay, what's the fraction? It's still 40 over 3? Okay, so you have, you can say 40 over 3 or negative 40 over 3 for your answer, or 13, what'd you say, 0.3? And negative 13.3? Okay, so either one of those works, it does not matter to me. Okay, if you are gonna do the decimal, don't round or anything, write the first like digit that it says on the calculator. Okay, so. Okay, the solving proportions is gonna be cross, multiply, and then divide. Okay, is essentially what, it's that little like butterfly, okay, is what's happening there, okay? So, it's gonna be 3 times 10, it's gonna be 30, and then 4 times v is 4v. Okay, and then who needs moved? The 30 or the 4?
4.
The 4. Okay, we're going to divide by 4. What is 30 divided by 4? 15 over 2. Okay, if you recall, and some of you guys did, but some of you guys did not, and this is just a part of a, not life lesson, but life lesson. So when I'm not here and I still do the worksheet and it's something new, you have to listen to the video and watch it. If you just skim through, you're not gonna know. And you're really gonna be able to see when you do your test, some of you guys have no idea how to do literal equations because you either just copied down my half, you never watched the video, you didn't actually try to learn it. Okay, so today you're gonna get a crash course, that's about all you're gonna get, and if not, then you need to go back through and watch the video. Okay, because this one I was not here at all for that week. Okay, so, if we look at 21, what does it say to solve for? What letter?
A.
A. Okay, so we're looking on the side where A is at, okay? On the side where A is at, what else is there? C. So that means that C needs moved. You need to get everything away from whatever it tells you to find. Okay, well, how do I move a minus something? Plus it. So we're going to say plus C. Plus C. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other side. Okay, and so on this side, I'm just got A. Okay, on the other side, I now have G plus C. Okay, and so this one is done.
So we just move every other letter that the one that we find is
It's the same as solving for X, but as soon as you throw letters in there instead of numbers, you guys get all jacked up. And it's because of this side, you guys get confused, is what it is. I mean, Okay, 23. Okay, what's your magic numbers?
2, 3, 5, 7.
2, 3, 5, 7, and that works for this entire page, okay? So 20 is gonna be 210, 210, 2, 5, so who can go?
A group of 2.
A group of twos, who cannot go?
5.
A 5. Okay, 196.
298,
2 and 98, 98.
249,
249, and 49 is gonna be 7 and 7. Okay, so we're starting with the numbers. Who can go?
2 sevens,
Okay, so a group of 7s can go. Who else can go?
A group of 2.
A group of 2s can go. Okay, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 A's. So how many of those guys can go?
Groups.
2 groups. Okay, so A and A. So we're gonna put A and A. Okay, and then I have 3 B's. How many of those guys can go? 1 group. Okay, and where does the other one go?
in the hat,
All back on the house. He needs a partner in order to go. Okay, and then we're gonna simplify this. So 2 times 7 is gonna be 14. How many A's do we have total?
2,
2, so it's gonna be A squared. How many B's do we have total?
1,
1, and so you can say B or you can say B1. It's the same thing. Square root, and there's a B on the inside. Okay? Okay, for 27, I don't, again, at this point, we kind of either know how to do it or we don't, but essentially for the multiplication ones, you're gonna multiply the outsides together, multiply the inside people in the houses together, and then you're gonna simplify, which is making the tree and putting the things where it goes. So on the outsides, I have, again, if there's no big number on the outside, it's really a 1, so I have a negative 1 times 1. Negative 1 times 1 is going to be negative 1. 12 times 10, 120. Okay, so we multiply the insides together, we've multiplied the outsides together, and now we're going to simplify. What are some factors of 120?
260,
260, 230, 215, 35. Okay, what are we gonna do with that negative 1 out front? What do we do with the negative 1 out front? We're gonna bring them down. So it's gonna look like negative 1 and then a square root for sure. I know that that's what it's gonna look like, guaranteed, without doing anything else. Okay, who can go?
a group of 2,
One group of 2s. Who cannot go?
a 2, 3, 5,
2, 3, and 5. Okay, and then what are we gonna do with all of these numbers? Multiply them. So negative 1 times 2, negative 2, 2 times 3 times 5, 30. Okay, so for these ones, you're gonna do that fraction, like reduce it, okay? On the inside, you're gonna reduce it on the outside, and then you're gonna simplify, okay? Is essentially what your steps are, okay? So on the top here, we're gonna do the 1 over 2. What is 1 over 2 simplified? It's still 1 over 2, okay? So it's still gonna be 1 and 2. 4 over 20. 4 over 20. 1 over 5. So it's going to look like square root of 1 over square root of 5. Okay, and then we need to simplify. Okay, so, and that's just the inside parts of the houses. What does a square root of 1 become?
One.
Okay,
Only one.
a regular old 1. Okay, so, and this is where everybody keeps consistently getting jacked up on the paper. So a square root of 1 becomes just 1. A square root of 4 becomes just 2. Then the house is gone. Okay, and so some of you guys may be better off making the tree off to the side. So this part changes into a 1 on the outside, okay? And really what's happening here is this, okay? We have 1, well, it's 1 and 1, and so a group of them can go, and if they can go, they would go here on the outside, okay? And so what do you do if you have 2 of them on the outside? Multiply. So 1 times 1 is 1, and then a square root of 5. What does the square root of 5 become? It is still a square root of 5, okay? It does not become 5, it still becomes the square root of 5, okay? And so you're going to have the 2 on the bottom and the square root of 5. Okay, the rest of the sheet is